Leafs split a home and home with Buffalo. And, you could be you shouldn't be faulted for missing that. You were probably watching Jesse Blake's baseball streams both nights.
No, they did the right thing. They pushed the game up on Saturday.
They did.
I got to tune into both.
Could not believe how many people watched the Saturday Leaf stream.
Well, you know why? I think it's because it was early.
Yeah,
they did a great job.
It was cool that they did that.
We were sitting in there, so we get to see it populate before we actually go live. And producer Hayden, who was working with me, we just sort of looked at the audience numbers right before going live and went, oh boy, it was a ghost town. And it ended up being a party.
I don't like that, Adam, you called it a split. The second game was an OT, right? So Buffalo walks away with 3 points.
3 out of 4.
Yeah.
Well,
So
I meant just wins and losses, but yes.
But it's not like, I feel like we came out of that weekend, we're thinking, okay, at least they got that split there. But Buffalo walking in with 3 of 4 points out of those 2 matchups was really good for them.
Very good
and
result.
It's not great for the Leafs.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to be down on the team because it's still early, but they need to start getting this thing going. That should have been them getting 3 or 4 points there.
I'll give you a stat before we jump into this.
Hit me.
Leafs, according to Jonas Siegel, are averaging 3.4 goals a game. They're averaging giving up 3.7. And, if you noticed on Saturday, Anthony Stolarz was not even on the bench.
Concerning.
Well, I don't think that's concerning. It's more so he's pooped. And Dennis Hildeby was just sent down like a few minutes ago before we started doing the show, but he was sitting on the bench. And I don't know why I missed that going into Saturday's game, but I did. I was like, oh, that's Dennis Hildeby. I wonder about with Joseph Woll coming back, with the team feeling a little bit like it felt off. And part of this is something we talked about before the opening game, which is you lost Scott Laughton. Why do you have to wreck all your other lines too?
Yes.
And with that, you took the opportunity you were going to give Max Domi to really get a run of 5 or 6 games to start the season alongside Austin Matthews. You took him and you put him in a center position he was never going to succeed in. Never. We saw it last year. It didn't work. Well, let's do it again because it's not going to work again.
It's insane.
And the problem now is that Max is now not in much of a rhythm. And so he looks like a guy who's fighting to find any spot on this roster.
If he was traded today, I'd be joyous. Like, he's been
Joyous.
that bad. He's been awful.
But he's been in a different position every game.
I agree. Yeah, and what do they call those players? If you want to be glass half full, they're versatile. If you want to be a pessimist about it, they're a plug.
But Steve, if you're trading Max Domi, you're not getting anything back.
Yes.
Like, I don't feel like it's a good... Yeah, you're not improving your team by just getting...
I think you're counting on him getting back to a 40-point guy. I think that's what you're counting on.
I would kill for that. Are you kidding? He ends the season with 40 points?
Yeah.
After the start he's had? Oh, my God, I would kill for that. But there was... So, Jesse, I sent you a couple screen grabs, and they're screen grabs, right? So they don't fully articulate everything that happened on a play. Mm-hmm. But the Leafs D has been really bad, and they've had a terrible time defending the rush. And this one on the Sabres' first goal, to me, I was like, yep, okay, there's their issue in a nutshell. So, Jesse, that's actually the second one. Can you go to the one where they're pointing? Yeah. Okay. So, Adam, I need you to help me here because maybe I just have the wrong read of it. The Sabres are attacking 3-on-3. There's a trailer that would make it a 4-on-3, which you don't want to be outnumbered, but it's not the end of the world. Benoit has a guy. Myers has a guy, and he's pointing at Tage Thompson, who has his stick in the air. Terrifying thing. Max Domi also is pointing at Tage Thompson and is cutting towards Tage Thompson. I think Max Domi's going to get Tage Thompson, guys. Let's go to the next one to find out if he did. He is covering a ghost. He's not covering shot. He's not covering pass. He's not covering man. He's not covering a damn thing. It's just Tage Thompson, the world of space in front of him, and one of the best goal scorers in the sport. And of course he scored. Of course he friggin' scored. There are performances like I'll give you Austin Matthews recently. I don't think he's been playing poorly, But when Matthews is on the ice, you expect good things to happen and not enough good things are happening. But I don't think bad things are happening necessarily when he's on the ice. Like turnovers, odd man rush going the other way, or he's coughing it up or what. Almost exclusively bad things are happening when Domi's on the ice these days. It's tough. It's really tough.
But
now,
if you put a guy in a position constantly that's different every game.
they're putting him in a position to fail. I agree. But, it's like Robertson. Like, all right, how do we get him in there? How do we, and they try to find places for him to succeed.
Well, right now he's on the top line with Austin.
Where he looked good.
He looked really good, actually. I was like, hey,
what
that's
if
all
they
right.
found something?
Yeah, hey, that'd be awesome. I would like that.
Justin Bourne was advocating for that. And, sometimes these guys just don't know how to play a depth role. And there are nights where Nick Robertson tries to cosplay, I am a bottom six player.
Yeah.
And sometimes it looks okay. A lot of the time it looks exhausting and I don't want to see it anymore. Mm-hmm. Putting him on the top line, even though he's not an everyday player, bizarrely sort of kind of makes sense. Mm-hmm. I kind of think the same thing about Domi a little bit. You can't be in your bottom six.
But even like during his brief appearances up there on the top line, he didn't look good. Like it wasn't a mesh this season.
He's got a very limited amount of time here to prove he can fit this team, or he's potentially destined to a career. Some guys make an incredible career off of being the guy who scores on a bad team.
Uh-oh.
Puts up points on a bad team. He's put up points on good teams before. He's put up points on this team when they were pretty good looking. He's had 2 playoffs with the Leafs. I'm not sure he looked bad in either of them. He wasn't great in the Panthers series, but looked all right against Ottawa.
7 points in 13 playoff games last playoffs.
Like,
That's great.
Yeah.
he steps it up.
Year before, 4 points in 7 games.
And look at the Dallas Stars year, man.
How many Leafs had a better point per game in the playoffs than regular season over the last 2 years? The list is short and has Max both years,
Yep.
right? So I'm not overly eager to get rid of this player, but what I've been doing is trying to grade on a curve with the Leafs because I lost my mind after the Kraken game. They got completely outclassed by New Jersey. It, looked like they fumbled a couple points against Buffalo in the first game, and then luckily they got a overtime squeaker there. So I'm like, okay, trying to evaluate who's having a good season, like objectively good season. John Tavares, holy shit, what a horse.
Man.
Love him.
Rockstar shit on that goal. Him and
Rockstar
Nyes.
shit.
Unbelievable.
Nice. Unreal. Think he's having a really, really, really good season.
Say my favorite Leaf.
How do you not know who his favorite Leaf is?
Oh, William Nylander. Man, that was a I wish you could have got a glimpse inside my brain there. That was a masterclass in overthinking. I was like, McMahon?
Yeah,
What?
the guy that wore the Team Sweden jersey to Canada's first game in the Four Nations, Jesse. Yeah, that guy.
Masterclass.
Yeah.
Yeah, William
Say
Nylander.
Say my second favorite Leaf.
See, I think that's John Tavares.
Bobby McMahon.
Oh, is it Bobby McMahon?
No, but
Oh,
I
son of a gun.
want to give him some love because he's been unreal.
Yeah,
I think he's been
great.
very
I
good.
think he, for me, after John Tavares, is the most impressive Leaf this entire season.
Now, why is that? Give me that.
Because he's I think we
coming back, don't worry.
the amount that he struggled last year with not playing,
Yeah.
Well, he wasn't in the opening night lineup.
wasn't there. He was
Yeah.
injured. So I don't know. Him this season coming back fully healthy, playing every day. You really see him excelling in a top 6 role. I don't think there's any reason to remove him out of the top 6. He has a place there. He's playing physical.
He's on the list for most improved
Oh yeah.
because of that.
Yeah, he's playing physical. He's going to the net and he's scoring. Like it's unreal what he's being able to contribute to this team.
Matthias Michelli has been up and down, mostly down. He just had his best 2 or 3 games as a Leaf. Dakota Joshua has been up and down. He just had his best back-to-back games as a Leaf. He scored in back-to-back games. I think Nick Waugh is coming into his own. I like some of the things Easton Cowan's doing. Nick Robertson finally got his first goal. There's a lot to like about some of the individual seasons.
Hey, Dakota Joshua, 2 goals, 2 games.
Yes, that's what I said.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
Sorry.
That's okay.
I was
you got
digging up a
you
stat.
got a lot of
I was digging up a stat.
pots on the boil.
So, yeah, those are the Leafs who were like, okay,
Yeah.
got something there. Those are good Leafs. And then the majority of the other side is very underwhelming.
Their defensive structure is very poor, but I don't put a ton of it on the actual defenseman. I feel like when you're bad at defending the rush, for there to be a rush to begin with, I feel like at least one of your forwards got caught. And two of the Sabres goals that ended up in the back of the net, it was a miscommunication or whatever on that first goal with Domi. And there's a screen in front, a Bowen Byram floater, for God's sake.
Yeah.
But Primo, who I thought had a solid game, you can't see the damn thing.
Also, that is the Caden Primo experience, right?
Yeah.
Like, we were not expecting Joseph Woll or Anthony Stoller's level out of him.
I mean,
There was a reason he was on waivers.
if he was the tallest goalie in the league, he wouldn't have been able to see that puck.
Yeah, but there was one where like his pad should have been
The
down.
third one.
Oh
yeah.
my god!
But
I don't think he saw it, but that pad has to be down.
You got a real good point about the forward group not helping out defensively at all, because I think like even more so them being caught getting on the rush and guys scoring that way, they allow so many rush chances. But it starts with in the offensive zone, they're not able to maintain pressure and keep that puck, and they're getting beat the other ways because when they take shots, it's one and done. Nobody in this forward group is going in there and getting the shots after the shot.
They don't park.
You know? They don't.
They don't park in front of the net. Like, it's a lot of this flyby shit. And like sometimes it'll be like park in front of the net, shot, it's behind the net. And then you do all this work to go and get it. You look at the front of the net, the guy's gone.
Yeah.
Why? Why did you leave?
And so it feels like they're getting beat on both ends, and it's just a constant circle of getting beat up and down the ice. So you enter the offensive zone, you get one shot, nobody's going to get the puck back, so the team takes it the other way, and then you're being beat up the rush on the other side, and then you come back and it's the same shit.
Yeah,
It's a bad cycle.
They're not playing confident at all. Like, and it's, I think we might be barking up the right tree with the Lalonde Lambert, thank you, change. And I don't think it's that Lalonde's system sucks necessarily. Detroit fans rolling their eyes. It's a different role. But it makes sense that that's probably the part of the Leafs that looks the worst and went through the most upheaval. Like, it's a completely different thing back there. Marner was a very important part of that.
And the expectation too is that they're going to contribute offensively. I think there's a little bit of that, whereas Lane Lambert was like, no, you're just going to play defense. I also think, hey, here's 2 guys that haven't played an NHL game this year. Let's put them on the same pairing in Murmas and Myers.
That was a disaster.
That what they got caved because they hadn't played a game. What are we doing?
They weren't great.
I mean, it's a rock in a hard place because Tanev and Riley were out, but that was
Hey, you know what
awful.
You got? 4 other guys that have played
I
NHL
know.
games this year.
I know.
And you know what Myers did? Played with Riley last year. Didn't look great, but it certainly looked better than Murmas Myers.
Yeah, that was just really bad. And I like Murmas. Wow.
Bad.
Awful.
Bad. And so okay, it seems like, you've injected, and we've talked about this, we've injected a lot into this roster. And what I mean by that is there's a lot of new bodies, new people, new systems, new coaches. There's a lot of new. And more so than in years past. And I think in Jonas's article today with The Athletic, he was talking about the fact that, there's something about this. Like people are
Monday morning Leaf report?
I don't know if is that what it is? I don't even know if
Every Monday. Must read.
But he basically said like there's something. Oh, it is the Monday Morning Leaf report. Yeah.
How dare you, Adam?
I'm just pulling it up. I didn't know that it had a branding.
Piece of crap.
With respect to Jonas.
Adam Wild. Piece of crap.
Yeah. He said he's like the goal
t-shirts.
differentials are similar. The records are similar.
He's still trying to do the segment.
I know.
Sorry. Well, because it's actually like, there are people listening to this. We do want to make sure that we get to what we're talking about. But you look at 22-23, their record was 4-4-2 in October. 23-24, 5-3-1. Last year, 6-4-1. Right now, they're 4-4-1, and they got a couple more games before the month's up. He said, is it the same, or which a lot of people are putting out there? And he said, yet something feels different, a little more precarious, a little more uncertain. And that's where I got the 3.4 goals per game, which is good, but 3.7 against, which is bad. The team save percentage through 9 games
is
.873.
Stolarz,
that's horrible.
Stolarz is one of the worst goalies in the NHL by goals saved above expected, which is not expected on account of he had a 925 2 years ago and a 926 last year. I know they're playing the wheels off him. I think that, I don't know, there might be something there. I think it's a little lazy. A lot of the stuff he's been their best player on so many nights already. And he's had a few games that weren't his best, but oh my God, they're getting shelled with chances, not shots, chances. 10 Bell. And I don't know. You can't turn water into wine, man.
Yeah, and when you've got guys doing the human torpedo into his head,
And nothing happening.
like that's it's so funny. Leaf fans are such a funny group because we're like, sky is falling, but also it's fine. and it's not abnormal for fan bases to be divided against each other, but I've been told it's fine for 10 years.
I think we talk to each other a lot.
Yeah, which is fine. And I like the debates that's going on. What I don't like is everybody's saying this, but I say this, so I'm fucking better than you. We actually won't know the answer to this until a few months from now. But as it stands, the reason Jonas is referencing the fact that it feels precarious is because there's a huge change.
Yes.
You lose Mitch Marner, that is going to be a huge change. And I am still of the opinion, I think he wanted to go. I think the Leafs wanted to change. It's good for both sides.
Outside of him, they didn't really lose anyone.
They didn't. No, they didn't.
Holmberg and Pacioretty.
Yeah.
Am I missing anyone?
And I think Hockenpah. Yeah,
Thanks,
Maddie. That's right. Hockenpah.
1.5 games is Leaf's career. What is it?
2.
Is it 2?
Full 2. How many minutes did he log as a Leaf?
I don't know if we can count that next game. Let's
Adam, what's your bet? My bet is 35.
So that's in 2 games?
Yeah.
So 17 minutes roughly? I think he's around 25, 26.
Total.
Total.
Wow.
Yeah, because he was a bottom pairing, and I don't think they used him that much.
No, he played with Riley. But I think he might have
I can't even remember the games he was in, Steve. You know me. You know how good my memory is with that stuff.
I have a vision of him in a white jersey.
Yeah, no, I think I'm more along the lines of the 1.5 games. So game 1, November 13th against Washington, a 4-3 win. Played 15 minutes and 36 seconds.
On the road.
Had 22 shifts. Game 2, November 16th, 2024, a 4-3 win over Edmonton. 12 minutes and 34 seconds.
Yeah, because they were like, we're not putting you on the ice.
Total minutes last year for $1.5 million?
28-10.
Hell yeah.
Adam was very close. 6 giveaways. Madre de Dios.
I just
Giveaways
love it.
are funky.
By the way, I love the fact, though,
but
when we were down at Sport Check for the entire playoffs, there was a big Hockenpah banner along with all the other, on the street lights. I still have that picture. It's so fucking funny. But I want to say that everything has looked weird and off.
Yes.
And at a certain point, they're going to figure a lot of this stuff out. And then the stuff that remains, that weird and off, that's going to be the focus of the season. What I like about this season as a content person is that we don't really know what that is yet. In previous years, we kind of knew. The thing that scared us in the Seattle game and following it against New Jersey was the lack of perceived team cohesion. Maybe these guys like each other, but do they stick up for each other? And then against New Jersey, are they fast enough? And Berube was talking about, well, if they play the system properly, they are fast enough. It's just they're playing the system like shit, so they look like shit and they look slow. I got to be honest. What I saw against Montreal, specifically Lane Hudson and the Leafs forwards trying to cover him, maybe that's just the Lane Hudson experience, but they didn't have an answer. And
yeah, but the second the puck was anywhere near the boards, thanks, kid.
Yeah, 100%.
They just took it.
But I'm just saying, Lane Hudson open ice. You know what I'm talking
It's a problem.
about.
That's why you try to keep him away from that.
And then when you have we call it now the Brandon Carlo incident, but it's more than Brandon Carlo. And what I did see this weekend that I liked,
anyone could have stepped up if they wanted,
was Jake McCabe somehow hitting one. He hit Zach Benson, punched out Alex Tuck.
Bowen Byram.
Oh, Bowen Byram, excuse me. And punched out Alex Tuck, and then somehow came away up 2 minutes on the power play, which
Unreal.
is nuts.
And you know what started all that? Yuri Kulich earlier in the game. Producer Hayden caught this. He said something along the lines of, "You're going to get it." Because what happened was they were in a battle in the corner. Kulich is holding on to his stick, and when McCabe yanks his stick away, he accidentally high sticks Kulich in the face, gets a penalty.
Yeah.
An ill-gotten penalty. And he's like, all right. Sure enough, I mean, Jake McCabe, when he's out for blood, will kill you. Lights Bowen Byram up. I don't want to see Bowen Byram, who has dealt with concussion issues, get blown up. It's a good hit. It's a perfectly good hit. Tuck does what you're supposed to do. He got his ass kicked, but he does what you're supposed to do. And that's come in immediately and stick up for your guy. And McCabe spun him around, like pinned the tail on the donkey, and wham. Oh my God. And like, you have to win that game. Like, to me, like, remember I was saying last Saturday, I was like, they need a moment to build from. That game has to be it. You have that moment from Jake McCabe. You're losing in the third period. You tie it. It's a new guy who ties it. Two of the new guys score. Robertson gets his first. You're feeling all good about that. You're shorthanded. You don't have Willie. You don't have Tanev. And you win it with a breakaway on home ice in overtime. If that doesn't help turn your season around, I'm not sure what will. Like, it's got to be something you can ride for a little bit.
I thought you did a good job in the LFR pointing out, too, that they gave the belt to McCabe after the game.
It meant something.
Yeah.
It meant something. And Carlo was in the photo, which I thought was very interesting. You know, probably overanalyzing that. It's just defensemen hanging out with defensemen because Riley's in there too. But that was the moment of the game that the Leafs obviously took away. I'm curious who gave the belt to McCabe.
You could probably just look it up on the video, but
yeah, I don't know who the last guy.
I don't know if that's going to add to what you're saying here, though. Because I think why
not overthink?
Because I think this is a leader, which the team identified as a leader as soon as he got here, and you know they really liked him, signed him in the extension last year. Thank God they did, because you imagine how expensive he'd be now. And he's going up against his former team, team that drafted him.
That's right.
And he is saying, "This is how we're going to play now. This is how we will deal with these situations." And I like that. We want that. That's why Jake McCabe should be a hero among Leafs fans if he keeps that stuff up. But what's going to be key to this is not just him doing it. The rest of the team's got to they don't have to plow Alex Tuck's face every time, but they do need to at some point have somebody that's not supposed to stick up for somebody that they need to.
Well, and like imagine if you're looking at this like, well, the decor's already shorthanded and him in the box for 5 minutes. I don't know. There's no time for that. There's a guy coming at me with his gloves dropped. Pop. Just nail him. For God's sake, it's October. Establish a precedent that you are not to be fucked with. And ideally the team follows suit.